This is Gorilla Monsoon.
And Bobby the Brain Heenan.
Hello, everyone, and welcome once again to Prime Time Wrestling, where we feature the greatest professional athletes in the world, the superstars of the World Wrestling Federation, and you're looking at just a display of some of the great personalities we deal with here, and we've got just about every new doll that's currently on the market made by LJN Toys. However, I do not see, as you promised, you delivered half your promise from last week. I see the telephone, Bobby, but I don't see the Weasel doll anywhere.
There's not a Weasel doll.
Heenan doll.
There's a Bobby the Brain Heenan doll.
Well,
and before the end of the program, you will see the Bobby the Brain Heenan doll.
We will, in fact, see it.
Yes, you will. I'm not a liar.
Well,
are we going to start off this week
Mean
again?
Gene up there looks nice.
I think you know as well as I do. If they got a 2-inch Mean Gene doll with a bald head, they've got to have a doll of me.
Corporal Kersner.
Yeah.
The body. Body got a nice looking doll there.
Everybody's got a doll. It's a tribute to them. Mine is just a hot item. They're hard to get a hold of.
Obviously.
Probably sold out every place. But I've got
great demand, right?
I'd say. But you're going to see my doll.
Oh, God. Tremendous lineup here this week. The magnificent one taking on Corporal Kersner. That's got to be a main event anywhere you want to go.
Right, and you got Valentine on the card?
Absolutely, in single competition. In fact, let's go down to ringside right now for the Muraco Kersner match. Let's go.
Introducing first, the manager, Mr. Fuji. And from Sunset Beach, Hawaii, weighing 285 pounds, the magnificent Muraco. His opponent from Fort Bragg, North Carolina, weighing 260 pounds, Corporal Kersner.
Well, those caissons keep rolling along, and that means only one thing. Corporal Kersner, there he is, with the Canadian and the American flags. And this tremendous crowd is giving him a standing ovation. Talk about fire and enthusiasm. This guy certainly has it. He'll need every bit of it against Muraco.
He certainly will. He's one of the all-time favorites here in the Toronto area. Of course, he's a great favorite wherever he goes. He's truly an All-American, Gino.
Well, Muraco with a heavily bandaged right thigh, pulled a hamstring about 3 weeks ago, and those things are just murder to heal up, though.
Oh, they sure are.
Muraco has to be bigger now than I've ever seen him in his entire career, especially in the upper body.
Yes, every time I see him, it looks like he's put on an extra 10 pounds, and he puts it all in the right places, too.
Well, he's got a little beard going for himself, too. It reminds me a lot of that character in Popeye, Brutus. Is that his name, Brutus?
Yes,
Yeah.
Brutus. Yes, he does. And who would you say his manager reminds you of? What character?
God. Charlie Chan.
Charlie Chan. There you go. Another one with a cane.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fashion plate, slick.
Kane's hot and heavy here in the World Wrestling Federation. Jockeying for position. The corporal ends up in the right spot, and Muraco backs off. Muraco, former Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion, took the title away from Pat Patterson. Oh, I'm going back about 5 or 6 years now, right?
Yes, at least 5, 6 years.
Patterson won the title originally in a big tournament in Buenos Aires, South America. Came back to the United States with it, to North America, and was stripped of it right in Madison Square Garden by the Magnificent One.
And he reigned as Intercontinental Champion for quite some time.
Quite some time. It was over a 2-year span. And wasn't any closet champion either. Took on all comers.
Yes. We may not agree with his style, but you have to admire him for being such a great competitor.
When he has a mind to, he can do it any way you want to do it out there. If you want a wrestling match, he can match hole with you. Look out. Drop down Muraco, even with that bad leg. Nimbly gets over the top and was looking at a big right hand and wisely held on to that top rope.
Well, if he hadn't hooked that top rope, I think this one could have very well have been all over.
Boy, he was looking right down the barrel there. 82nd Airborne was loaded for bear. I detect a little bit of gray in that mustache.
Is that gray or is that silver?
Oh, I don't know. Sooner or later, the silver turns to gray, I guess.
I don't know about those.
We all reach the point where it's not great. So
Absolutely. I never ridicule anybody that has that because there's too many denied the privilege. Side headlock now by the Corp. Really going to work, ringing it out here. Morales had a number of cauliflower years over his career, and I'm sure he's not too happy about being tied up here in this side headlock. Squeezing for all he's worth.
Well, he's going to have to get it down a little lower to do any damage.
Muraco's going to come out of there right now.
Oh, yeah. I would think so.
Well, he was up against the ropes. The referee was about to break it, and Muraco came off the ropes.
And there we see Fuji caught in the ring with his cane to the side.
Oh, Muraco outsmarted himself there as the Corporal did a double take when Muraco turned over and planted one. Look out. High risk move coming up by the 82nd Airborne. High flyer. Nobody home.
Waited too long.
Well, earlier on in the locker room, I talked specifically with Corporal Kersner about those high risk moves, and he said he was eliminating them from his repertoire. But
Well, he must have forgotten what he told you in the dressing room, I guess.
nice neck breaker by Muraco. Once you make a mistake like that, Muraco gets the upper hand. He's relentless. He won't turn you loose for love or money. Fuji out of our picture right now, but you can bet he's not far away.
Well, as a matter of fact, there he is over in the other corner. Off camera, big grin on his face.
And on the receiving end, Corporal Kersner. Things not looking too well right at this point in time for the 82nd Airborne.
Well,
Muraco with a suplex, perhaps. Yes. Oh, he just moved the whole ring about 4 inches.
he's not going to pin
Not
it that way.
No way, shape, or form. Nice shot over the shoulder of Mr. Fuji, the master of the martial arts, claiming to be a direct descendant of some of the
He's
samurai warriors of Japan. Can you imagine some of those guys are turning over in their graves? Maybe a cheap shot here by the devious one. Although the referee being
the
distracted.
referee is distracted.
Ah, yes. Ah, come on.
You call it.
Get it in here. One. Come on, Don, get it in the ring. Come on, Don.
There you can hear the referee
One,
reprimanding both of them. Get back in the ring.
three.
Well, Kersner is trying to get back into the ring. He's getting clobbered with a cane.
He would love to be back in the ring right now.
He's getting stomped on by Muraco.
Get it in here, Corp. One.
The youngster would certainly like to get back in the ring.
Come on, Don. He's got a tank top. Keep it back. Come on, Muraco. Get him in the ring. One. Two.
Loads of
Come on,
that
keep
big
it back.
forearm. And off camera, you can see Fuji. There he is. Stopping Kersner again.
Get away from him.
The referee turned around just in time when
Get it in
Fuji
here,
was about to
Corp.
plant another one on him.
Come on, Don. Get it in the ring. Keep it in the ring. One.
Talking about a handicap match.
Two.
Caught him right in the back of the neck.
Three.
What would you say his thighs are? About a 34, 35?
At least. At least. Absorbing a whole lot of punishment. Oh, look at that shot right in the esophagus by the butt of the cane by Fuji. Referee did not see it.
What are you doing? The lady over there is trying to...
This is outrageous. Handicap match here for Corporal Kersner.
2. 3.
He might better go back to the locker room and get somebody to watch his back.
He certainly needs help, that's for sure.
2.
And the referee asking Fuji, did you
Three.
interfere? And, no. Give me a break. You think that Fuji's going to admit to anything like that?
Look at Muraco kicking him around just like a football. There's another illegal maneuver there, using the ring rope for a little extra added advantage. Go out there on the ramp if you want. Take a breather. Fuji can't reach her from there.
Double chop right there. Oh, what a clothesline he caught him with that time.
Muraco really doing a
the leg, could be over. Youngster still had enough left to kick out of it. Maybe a wise thing to do, maybe not. A guy like Muraco can terminate your career for you if you give him a chance.
Well, that's the only way. You'd never get a fella like Kersner to give up, though. You know, but the only way you can get him to give up would be almost to end his career.
Nice knee lift by the Magnificent One. Has things all going his way right now. He just said, "Come on, Corporal," or Sergeant. I don't know what he called him.
Well, he's promoted him.
You're on your hair again.
Irish whip by Muraco. Ducks underneath. Oh, the clothesline by the Corporal. Where did he find the energy to do that? The adrenaline obviously flowing through the body of the Corporal. And he's about to launch an attack of his own. Chops, one after the other, ramming the head into the turnbuckle. And the tables have turned once again. Atomic drop, Muraco over the top, and now he's out.
Oh, the momentum shot him right over that top rope. There we see Fuji coming around. Different expression on his face now than he had about 4 or 5 minutes ago.
Their big smile is gone. Muraco may have re-injured that hamstring. Took a tremendous fall right over that top rope. It's a long way down there. Oh, caught him. Caught him coming in. Who's going to get it?
Who's going to get it?
Muraco didn't. He tries again and doesn't. And Kersner gets his. Oh, look at that move. Muraco with a cradle. It's over.
Can you believe that?
There's the experience coming into play. The ring mastery of the Magnificent One, Don Muraco, as he takes advantage of an offensive move to gain a victory. Let's go up and get the official word.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, the Magnificent Muraco.
Talk about being cunning and smart and clever. Muraco did everything but hit him with a kitchen sink, couldn't put him away, and then use an offensive move on the part of Corporal Kersner to beat him with. Unbelievable. Let's go back and take a look at this ring veteran's move of the Magnificent One. He tried for a suplex here twice, couldn't get it. Now the Corporal gets him up. Now look at this move by Muraco. Reach up, hooks both legs in a cradle position. Referee right there. Just when the Corporal thought he had things going his way, Muraco's intelligence wins out. Tremendous victory for the Magnificent One and his manager, the Devious One. Mr. Fuji will be back.
No substitution for ring experience, as was
Supposed to be here last week.
obvious from Mr. Muraco, as he really did a number on the Corporal had things going
today. That's all.
What is it? We're on the air now. We're live. We're in living color.
Today.
He's having trouble with this, Betty, obviously. In fact,
you
earlier
give all the
on in
excuses
the
to somebody else, you don't give to
opening
me.
of our program, we forgot to and failed to mention that Benedict Arnold is going to join us as well. We didn't mention Benedict's going to be here this week.
Benedict who?
Benedict Orndorff.
There isn't anybody by that. And you're talking about Mr. Wonderful now. Yes, I have a piece of film footage you are going to love. And he's going to show the proper way everybody should be talked to and the way they should work.
Is the phone working now?
The phone is working fine for a change.
Well, it won't be for long if you keep slamming it down like that.
Let's say I had a lean on something.
You're obviously having problems. We're back, wrestling fans, and one half of the Dream Team, Greg the Hammer Valentine, taking on single competition this week here on Prime Time Wrestling against the Junkyard Dog. Should be an exciting matchup, I mean. What are you doing with Ben? Look at that, Benedict. Seems that everyone in your stable doesn't seem to be able to stand on their own 2 feet.
There's something wrong with this doll. There's something wrong. That's
something wrong with it.
There's too much muscle. That's why it's top heavy.
Right now, let's go down to ringside.
Will you let me explain what's wrong with the doll? You can tell right from here. Look it.
Take a look.
JYD with a score to settle here with the Intercontinental Champion, Greg the Hammer Valentine. And he wants him right now.
as he clears the ring.
Well, Valentine and Hart not too happy with the arrival of the Junkyard Dog on the scene with that hardware.
15 foot of it.
I mentioned that in a hotel lobby earlier today. Said I could use something like that if I were hitting Loveland Pass in Colorado. The guy wanted to talk about Colorado with me. I'd be more than happy to.
Oh, I love it. Referee explaining everything to everybody.
Got to explain it all.
The 15-foot of chain is gone. In a moment, the mouth of the South will be gone, and we'll be underway as a golden opportunity for JYD, the Junker, to get his hands on the gold.
The big thumper. Oh, chasing off Jimmy Hart. And that heats up Greg Valentine. 280 pounds, former Green Bay Packer. Now one of the best of the World Wrestling Federation, just by virtue of the fact that he is challenging Mr. Valentine this week for the Intercontinental title.
Boy, he wants that so bad he can taste it, Gene.
Taste it.
Oh. Wrong maneuver there.
Not to the head.
Dog exerting himself right off the bat. Oh, there's a headbutt. Big right hand sends the champ down to the canvas. Look out. This capacity crowd loving it.
God forbid Junkyard Dog should ever get his hands on Jimmy Hart.
Oh.
He does not like that man at all.
Oh, he'd chew him up in a minute and spit him out.
Oh, he would. Hart can't weigh more than 160 pounds.
Soaking wet.
Yeah.
Must have had another rummage sale. He's got a different outfit on this week, Jim.
Right. Matter of fact, that came from the Spike Jones estate.
Oh. Whether you like him or whether you love him, you've got to respect Greg the Hammer Valentine. He is the champion, and he's met all comers. Whoever the World Wrestling Federation Championship Committee deemed was #1 challenger, he met him, and he still got the gold.
He has not been a closet champion by any stretch of the imagination.
Absolutely not. Recipient of a big right uppercut by the Dog, who's going to go down for the cover. It's a bit early. I don't believe he can get Greg with that kind of a maneuver.
Not at this stage of the game.
Maybe after 2 or 3 of those vicious headbutts, you might stand a chance at a cover, but not under those conditions.
Jimmy Hart, Greg Valentine's #1 cheerleader and manager. Oh, nifty move and a part of the hammer. That wasn't too nifty, however.
He's still a little dazed, Gene. He doesn't have it all together.
Oh, that's quite apparent.
Right now. He's still trying to shake out the cobwebs.
Boy, we've been logging some miles of the World Wrestling Federation. And just for action like you're seeing right now.
World Wrestling Federation continues to be the predominant wrestling establishment in the entire wrestling world, and Boston Garden's no exception. Capacity crowd on hand again this week, hanging from the rafters.
Boy, is there some wrestling tradition in this great facility.
Oh.
Huh?
Goes back to the early 1900s, Gene.
Well, actually, this facility built in, I believe, 1929 or 1930. I don't want to say anything, but I know that the great sport of wrestling goes back earlier on in this particular community, in this area.
Yes, it does. Way, way back with Ed Strangler Lewis. Hammerlock now by the Dog. And he's really putting the pressure on. Look at the kisser of the champion. Oh, elbow right to the jaw.
Wait a minute, though. Look at the Junkyard Dog. He was able to hang on for a couple of shots.
Nice block.
Oh.
Going to work on that left arm and shoulder of the Hammer.
You know something, I think I concur with these great fans here at Boston this week. I think they smell a title change of the Intercontinental Champion.
Wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Greg Valentine has been putting up with a mighty tough schedule.
He's right for picking, as they say, James.
Vulnerable. And certainly is that.
You're the dog. He said, don't be running, baby. Oh, headbutt right into that shoulder area again. Right into those deltoids.
Well, now all of a sudden, Junkyard Dog getting into it with the referee.
Oh!
He turned just a cheek. Listen to this Jimmy Hart rattle on.
Valentine takes advantage of every situation. Oh, stretch those ligaments out one time.
Wow, Valentine certainly a tough customer, and as I'm sure you're all aware, that match some year and a half old as it took place when Greg the Hammer Valentine was in fact the Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. But the Junkyard Dog pulling out all the stops in his attempt. We'll be back to the conclusion in a moment. Fans, we're getting set to go back to the Boston Garden for this tremendous conclusion of this Intercontinental title defense by Greg the Hammer Valentine. He was a great champion, though, but I have to give him credit.
Greg Valentine is a great competitor.
Let's go back to the ring.
Is that all?
Yeah, that's all for you. Let's go back to the ring.
All for me, just like that.
Strings two with that.
Valentine now in control, definitely. Look out elbow. Right to the back of the head.
Boy, that is a Bolo flying elbow. He really winds up.
Chant going out, JYD. As Valentine continues the onslaught. Look at the look on the dog's face.
Well, up on the electronic board here at the Boston Garden, the initials JYD. Uh-oh.
Take a look.
Look at that expression. Not even a boot.
Nope.
Not a dent.
He's become immune. Look out.
Oh, look at this slugfest. Back and forth. Junkyard Dog with a series of rights. Oh, and a roundhouse here. Valentine has got it. He does. He goes down.
Valentine with a header down into the canvas. Dog on top of the situation again. Snapmare. Headbutt. Rolled out of the way just in time. Dog might have knocked himself out, Gene.
Could have. I'll tell you, with this heat tonight, it has got to be physically taxing on these individuals. Very tough. Very tough to get in that ring. Oh, double clothesline.
Both men with the same maneuver. Both men connecting. Both men flat on their backs. Referee with a double count.
Jimmy Hart up in a ring apron. He shouldn't be there.
Referee should be putting him out of there. Look out, figure four leg lock. No, he kicks off.
Oh, how timely. How timely indeed.
Look out, small package from behind. He's got him hooked. He could have had the 3 count. No. Referee way out of position. Fans don't like it. Another small package.
1, 2.
No. The dog with a disdainful look at the referee, and Valentine begging for mercy. Look at, he's not turning him loose.
He's not going to let him go.
Dog all over Valentine, wants that title. Again, Hart's up on the apron, and the dog's got him. Look out. Pearl Harbor from behind. Look at Hart, Gene.
Oh, he's holding Junkyard Dog. Boy, I'll A picture worth 1,000 words. What? Wait a minute, what happened?
Obviously, the referee saw him and disallowed the count, and then has counted Hart and Valentine out of the ring.
You said it right, Hart and Valentine. Jimmy Hart was holding out of the legs of Junkyard Dog, while Greg Valentine was trying to pin him. Let's get the official decision on this one. We need one.
The winner of this match, by a count out, the Junkyard Dog.
Well, unfortunately, the championship does not change hands. Greg the Hammer Valentine is still the reigning Intercontinental Heavyweight Champion. Cannot lose it on a disqualification or a countout.
All right, Gorilla Monsoon, let's go back in time. I want you to see this. We saw it once before, but I want to recapitulate, if we may, for the fans. Junkyard Dog getting enough of Jimmy Hart. Couldn't take anymore. Here comes Greg Valentine. Knee to the middle of the back. Junkyard Dog goes down. Valentine for the cover, but look at Jimmy Hart. Look at him holding on to the legs. Now the referee astutely picked up on it.
He looked right through the armpit there and
Now
caught
at
it.
this point in time, I've got to believe that Valentine and Hart feel they have victory in their hip pocket.
Look, he's giving him a count right now, Gene.
They head for the locker room.
He's laying the count on Valentine right now. He did not allow the fall. Dog's got to be frustrated. He wanted that title so bad. He doesn't care about the victory. He certainly wanted the title.
Well, he won the battle, but not necessarily the war.
He lost the war, Gene. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Well, hot and heavy in the Boston Garden almost some 2 years ago. But, you know, earlier on in that match, Bobby, did you notice Junkyard Dog had Valentine flat on his back? The referee was not there to make the count. Reminded me an awful lot. In fact, I didn't know better. I might have thought that Danny Davis was refereeing that match. Danny's been doing some strange things of late here in the World Wrestling.
He's been doing an admirable job, considering he's a referee. You know, referee's job isn't the easiest in the world, and a lot of those guys aren't the brightest.
I agree with what you're saying. However, he's doing some very unorthodox things in there. Things that go far beyond the realm of what a professional wrestling referee is supposed to do. And in fact, Jack Tunney taking a very close look at the situation.
Well, I know Danny Davis, he's gotten on my case before. He hasn't given me any extra leverage one way or the other.
Why would he give you? You never pay anything. You always owe everybody everything.
No,
right now, wrestling fans are going to a special interview with Ken Resnick and the Killer Bees.
That 1962 World Series, I had nothing to do with that.
Thank you very much, Gorilla Monsoon. And, of course, as he refers to himself, your co-host, Bobby the Brain Heenan. Now, it's no secret, Gorilla, as you know, from time to time, Bobby the Brain Heenan has had, shall we say, some rather unkind remarks to make about the Killer Bees, claiming that they are using unfair advantage when they come to the ring with their masks on. So today, we have asked the Killer Bees, jumping Jim Brunzell and B. Brian Blair, out here to talk about just that fact. Now, Brian, Bobby the Brain Heenan claims it gives you and Jim Brunzell an unfair advantage. Your side of the story.
Please, an unfair advantage.
That's what he says.
You know, there's a lot of wrestlers out there, they've got managers. They take shortcuts and they do as they please.
Like John Studd and King Kong Bundy, like Paul Orndorff, the King of Harley Race, to mention the Heenan family.
Exactly, Ken. Well, these masks are simply an equalizer that brings them to their knees. We're talking about mask confusion, because we like to confuse our opponents because they think they can do whatever they want. And Jimmy and I have always taken pride in being true wrestlers. We like to wrestle by the book. We like to wrestle by the rules. But when it comes to fighting fire with fire, we know how to do it, don't we, Jimmy?
That's right. We don't need a manager. We're not like the Harts. We're not like Sheik and Volkov. We're not like the Brutus Beefcake and Greg the Hammer Valentine. Brian and I get it done on the mat. We've surprised a lot of people. And like Brian said, we've added another weapon to our arsenal. Confusion. Mass confusion. And we like it, and it's been successful, and it's going to lead us right to the World Tag Team Championships.
Well, there's no question so far, 1986, if you will, has certainly been the year of the bee, the Killer Bee.
Well, hopefully it'll climax in the World Championship belts for Brian and I. We've worked hard. We deserve it. We're going to be buzzing in 86 and 87.
Right here. Why, you heard it indeed, Gorilla. Bobby the Brain, your thoughts in just a moment as we come back with more great primetime action.
Killer Bees expounding on the virtues of their mask. In fact, we're about to look at another masked wrestler called the Menace, who really hasn't proved to be a menace, Bobby.
Well, I don't really care what he does one or the other. I like the Killer Bees, what they had to say. It really made me think a lot. I doubt if I'll ever listen to him talk again.
Give me a break, Bobby. I'll tell you a team that's well on its way to a very, very unique future here in wrestling. That's Special Delivery Jones and Paul Roma. So right now we're going to take a look at this team that's bound for destiny.
Bill Haley in the comments?
No.
Jim Haley.
Jim Haley.
Is a tag team match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first to my left, from Antigua in the West Indies, weighing 239 pounds, SD Special Delivery Jones. His partner from Kensington, New York, weighing 235 pounds, Paul Roma. And their opponents, from parts unknown, weighing 268 pounds, the Menace. His partner from Minneapolis, Minnesota, weighing 291 pounds, Jim Haley.
Two big tough ones. Gorilla Monsoon here at ringside with my colleague and friend Mean Gene Okerlund for this World Wrestling Federation tag team matchup. These guys are a little bit overmatched, not overmatched, but oversized this week, Gene.
Well, the Menace at 268 and Haley at 291. Certainly they've got the weight advantage over Jones and Roma.
I think that young Roma impresses me with each week that goes by here, Gene. He shows me some excellent skills, as well as tremendous physical conditioning. Show me that power right there.
And as you probably know, Gorilla Monsoon, I had the opportunity of going down under on a World Wrestling Federation tour. Paul Roma, very popular and very impressive in his wrestling skills and knowledge for the great fans in Australia.
Well, I understand that you had quite... Oh, look at this beautiful takeover. He's got the arm underneath the shoulder. No way you can pin a man that way. Understand you had a good time down under, Gene, in Australia.
Beautiful country, beautiful people, and they love their wrestling.
Beautiful hip lock off the ropes by Roma as the Menace is in trouble right off the bat here. Nice arm wringer by the youngster.
You know, Gorilla Monsoon, you tell me, but this young man, Paul Roma, has come so far in the past 12 or 18 months after struggling for a couple of years prior to that.
Well, you know, Gene, in the world of professional wrestling, the only way you become really good is to get in there with a top-notch talent, and Roma's been doing that of late, and it's showing. That's when you really learn.
Talking about top-notch talent, how about veteran SD Special Delivery Jones?
Special Delivery, I understand maybe they'll send you on assignment down to Antigua, Gene, to cover some of SD's homeland. I know you would.
Love that.
Quick tag made now as big Jim Haley steps in. SD coming close to that 300-pound mark, I'm sure. He's really bulking up. Nice reverse crotch switch, but SD right back, counters nicely with a hammerlock and a quick tag to Roma.
I think there's the key, some very, very nifty, if you will, teamwork on a part of Roma and SD. They tagged up, by the way, in Australia, a couple of matches down there, and I think they're going to be a very good combination. Perhaps somewhere down the road getting a shot at some real upper echelon tag team activity here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Well, it'll be interesting, Gene, to see them in there with the likes of the Hart Foundation or former world champions, Brutus Beefcake, Greg the Hammer Valentine.
Sheik, Volkov, that list goes on and on.
I'll tell you what, the Sheik and Volkov have been making some heavy waves. Freddie Blassie contending that he's going to lead them once again to the title. That remains to be seen in my book, Gene.
Good-looking kid, Paul Roma, quickly making that tag to Jones. Jones takes over where Roma left off.
Well, right back in that hammerlock. Once you've got a guy down and in a compromising position, proper teamwork is so important. Stay with it. The other man doesn't come in and go to a leg hold or something to that effect, or a side headlock. Stays with whatever's being worked out. Oh, Jim Haley now coming out, unloading with some big lefts and right. Oh, that was a mistake.
To the wrong part of the anatomy, I might point out.
Haley obviously not doing his homework.
Wrong place to go for Jones.
SD unloading now, big left hand, and down goes Haley. And he went down hard. Going back to work on the arm, another quick tag, showing me a lot of continuity. Oh, look at that, right off the middle of the top rope. Takes quite a bit of agility to be able to do stuff like that. You never saw the Gorilla do any of those moves, Gene.
I don't recall. Not saying that you couldn't.
Highly unlikely. That's about 12 tags now been made by SD and Roma, and maybe 1 or 2 by Haley and the Menace. He got the short end of that one as well. Get SD riled up. He'll put the lights out for you in a hurry.
Well, how about that? Headbutt.
Oh, another beauty. And Big Jim is down on the canvas again. Tag was made, but Roma not ready to move in yet. Now he's going to. SD set him up. Oh, beautiful power slam.
What a power slam.
Get the hot shower ready. This one's over.
Well, you talk about tremendous teamwork. That tag was made. And, of course, Jones whips Haley into the ropes, and that's where Roma takes over with a beautiful power slam.
Well, I'm wondering why there was a little bit of hesitation there, Gene, but it was obvious they knew what they were doing. Let's get the official.
The winners of this bout, the team of Paul Roma and SD Jones.
Special delivery, Jones, Paul Roma on to victory. Let's go back, if we can, and take a peek, Gene, at the nice teamwork involved here on this team.
Well, Gorilla, you know, I pointed this out earlier. Here it is. The tag has been made. Jones to Roma. It's Haley into the ropes. Here he comes up and over. Power slam.
Beauty.
And that just had to take the wind out of the sails of Mr. Haley.
It certainly did. He was down there quite a few times during that match. And that particular power slam right on that lower lumbar area of the vertebrae really knocked him right into the middle of next week. You're looking at a very impressive team right there.
Good match, and I'm certain we're going to be seeing a lot of that tandem right there. Paul Roma, SD, Special Delivery Jones, a force to be reckoned with here in the World Wrestling Federation.
Don't go away, fans. We'll be right back.
Great things in the future for those two young stars, unlike the futuristic outlook of one Benedict Arnold or
You know, Orndorff and I,
Orndorff.
Mr. Wonderful, and I had a conversation the other day about you. And he told me to inform you that right now you can call him Benedict Arnold all you want.
I will.
But eventually, down the road, whether it be tomorrow, a week, a month, couple months, you're going to have to refer to him as Mr. Wonderful, the heavyweight champion of the world.
Highly unlikely. Highly unlikely. I want to ask you this.
Sure.
You know, I thought I knew Paul Orndorff pretty well over the years. The guy's always had a lot of class to me. It seemed that he presented a lot of class. He was a great athlete all his life, did some tremendous things, never was in need for dollars or cents. What did you stick under his nose to provoke him to do this?
I just explained to him, and he saw it himself, how Hogan was using him. How Hulk Hogan copied everything Paul Orndorff did. See, Hogan doesn't want to be the Hulkster. He wants to be Mr. Wonderful. But he can't. You asked me a question.
That's a bull face. We'll be back
It's not
after
a bull
this.
face. I'll tell you something. That's exactly
There's no way you can make me
That's the
believe
truth.
that.
That's the truth.
That's ridiculous.
That's exactly the way it goes down. I'm telling you.
That is just plain insanity. Wrestling fans, we're going to take a look right now at another newcomer here to the World Wrestling Federation, a youngster who I believe has a tremendous future, and that is Nick Kiniski, a tremendous young athlete. And
Have you ever looked at that word, Nick Kiniski?
Sure,
It's
many
like an eye
times.
chart at a driver's bureau.
Oh, please.
You're trying to get your license.
He's going to have some stiff competition here against young Steve Lombardi, who has proven himself. Let's go to
Say
ringside.
Kiniski backward 4 times for me.
Go get lost.
Kiniski. His opponent from Brooklyn, New York, at 248 pounds, Steve Lombardi.
Steve Lombardi, Brooklyn, New York, got a tremendous round of boos off him.
Yes, he did. I don't really know why. I mean, this youngster has tried hard. He's established himself in the last couple of years as an excellent wrestler, a lot of knowledge. Maybe he's a little too aggressive for some people, but he has good style, and he certainly has a good future looming in front of him.
Well, I'll tell you who's got a good future looming in front of him, and that's Nick Kiniski.
Really?
Very impressive here last month in Madison Square Garden.
Absolutely. Hasn't lost a match since he came out of the amateurs. He has been a shade lucky in 1 or 2 of them, but then you've all got to have an element of luck.
Look at this clever maneuver here as Nick steps out of the ring to remove his ring jacket.
I bet Daddy
He's
told
been
him that.
clobbered before, removing his ring jacket inside the ring.
They soon learn once they get into the professional ranks out of the amateurs.
Well, Lombardi folded up his ring jacket very nicely, then threw it on the floor, kicked it out of the ring. Very important match for both men's careers.
Absolutely, and I think the only thing that goes against Lombardi, he works on a short fuse. He can easily be rattled. He's going to have to learn to control that temper of his. He's just a youngster. He's got plenty of time.
Nice counter and recount. Oh, nice hip lock.
Wasn't that nice?
From a hammerlock.
He's a fine young athlete, Nick Kiniski. A lot of critics think that this man could be a future world champion.
Lombardi could get a wrestling education here this week, though.
It's highly possible. But he's a resilient youngster. It's good to see two young wrestlers really going at each other like these two. It augurs well for the WWF.
Absolutely. Oh, I knew he would have to resort to that sooner or later. He can't match strength with Nick. No. He can't match wrestling ability. He can't match speed and agility. He has only one thing left of him.
What is that? Tell me.
Attack with everything you've got. Unload with all the cannons.
Throw it all at him. Well, he does have one other edge. In fact, he has the experience because Lombardi now has wrestled some of the top wrestlers. He's been wrestling for 2 or 3 years, well, 2.5 years actually to be precise, and he has been in that ring against some very, very great wrestlers. So he's learned from them.
Nice leapfrog right over the top. Another beautiful hip lock. Whoa, was he up in the air? Excuse me. Drop kick out of nowhere. Lombardi decides to take a little hike for himself.
Well executed maneuvers by Kiniski there. He strung together about 3 or 4 moves, and that's always the hallmark of a good wrestler. Or should I say a great wrestler?
Follow up.
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, look at that, the whole gang there. Billy Jim, Junkyard Dog, Roddy Piper, all the World Wrestling Federation characters in doll form by some fan, lucky fan here at ringside.
Absolutely.
Might have been a Christmas present.
Did you see the look on Steve Lombardi's face as he climbed through the ropes there thinking, my goodness, what is this I've got myself into?
They never told me about this in the gym.
No, I think Lombardi probably had a look at Kiniski's record, so he hadn't been wrestling for terribly long, and thought maybe here's a man I can punish. Show myself off in front of my home crowd here in New York.
Well, anytime you can get a win in Madison Square Garden over any kind of an opponent, it is a biggie.
It really is. Kiniski working that left arm. Good move. Nice move. Wear your man down.
Lombardi's going to get rid of him here. Slingshot in. Scoops him up. Slam. Didn't get him turned over too good. Kiniski got right back to that nice kick out and right back to the armbar.
Well, what I said about experience really isn't showing, because right now it looks as if Kiniski is the wrestler with the experience. He's really outmaneuvered Steve Lombardi all the way here.
Well, I think that Kiniski is thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead, and unfortunately, Steve Lombardi's thinking 1 move ahead. You can't do that and be successful.
No, do you think Steve's capable of thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead?
I think he is. Unfortunately, he doesn't know the counters and recounters that Nick Kiniski does.
No. Well, another advantage, of course, Kiniski would have is born into a wrestling family. That helps so much.
Oh, immensely. Immensely. I'm going to see a big right hand here. I can bet on it.
Yeah.
There it is.
There it is. You were so right.
Well, nothing else is working for the poor guy. He's got to try something. Leapfrog. Oh. Got caught in a slam position and down again hard on those lower lumbar vertebrae. That kidney area, boy, you jarred that up in there.
Yes, I think Lombardi's game plan has all gone out the window now. He came in aggressive. He tried to smother this man with a lot of dazzling power moves. Found out he was outpowered, as you said prior to this, outmaneuvered, and I'm afraid he looks like a lost ship at sea.
Yeah, it's just, unfortunately, I feel it's just... Steve Lombardi having his problems in Madison Square Garden with a youngster from Canada, Nick Kiniski. He may be a viable one for your family, your stable,
Kiniski?
or whatever. No, Lombardi.
No, I don't mess with losers.
Another loser.
I have nothing to do with losers.
Bet with that. We'll be right back with the conclusion of this match in just a moment.
Missed everything.
Steve Lombardi trying to do a number of things to get back on the winning track here in the World Wrestling Federation.
What that means.
What do you mean?
Well, this format's giving me signals I don't understand.
Well, why don't you fire him? You fired everybody else last week.
Okay,
Let's go
pal,
back to the
take a
ring.
hike. You're done.
Question of time before Nick Kiniski puts away Steve Lombardi.
That's exactly how it looks to me.
Reversal here, Hart, but anything can happen. Oh, look at that! A 360 in midair. It's things just like that that can turn the tide immediately. And now it's Lombardi in control of this match. He's wasting time.
Wasting time there. What a mark of inexperience that is. He should have been onto his man. And that's not going to get your man's shoulders down for a count of 3.
Well, if nasty facial expressions could win the match, Lombardi would win hands down.
Yes, he's just sauntering around now. He's being complacent, and he's got nothing to be complacent about.
Nice clothesline.
Maybe I spoke too soon.
Hooks the leg. You got to pull it up harder than that, Steve.
Half-hearted hook.
Imagine, oh, planted that one right between the eyes.
Did. Oh, my word, that was a tremendous blow by Lombardi.
Number 4.
Oh, really?
Snapmare down into a sitting position and reverse chinlock now by Lombardi. See, now here he's showing his inexperience again, Alfred.
Yes.
Instead of, he's got the man reeling a little bit here now. Why go to a reverse chinlock, which you can't beat anybody with?
And he's only giving Kiniski a chance to get back into the picture again. He's giving Kiniski a chance to regroup, reform his ideas, and start thinking straight, which is exactly what he's doing. Look at this.
Well, unfortunately, I'm sure that going through the mind of Steve Lombardi is, how can I keep from getting beaten instead of how can I beat this man?
Yes, absolutely. That's
and once you start thinking that way, it's the beginning of the end.
Yes, that's negative thinking, is it not? Is that a little bit of blood coming from Kiniski's mouth there?
I'm not surprised he got planted with that size 14 right in the kisser there just a few moments ago.
Yes, he certainly did.
Be checking the orthodontist out before too long.
He's a husky young man, Lombardi. I think he's got a lot of strength there, but Kiniski seems to be a little more powerful.
Not a whole lot behind those elbows. Lombardi down quickly in front. Over the top goes Nick. Oh, he got help. Right over the top rope, and he just wrenched his back right on that apron as he went out of there.
And that spun him round, and I think he hit his head into the concrete. Our man right on the spot there with the camera can show you exactly what's happened to Kiniski.
Not the place to be in the Garden.
No, no. And this is not. He's showing a lot of inexperience, coming in much too soon. Should have taken his time.
Lombardi clotheslining him on the top rope. That may have taken more out of Lombardi than it did out of
I think
Kiniski.
it did, because he didn't have him nicely placed. He had his chest across the top rope instead of his neck.
And Lombardi issued some further punishment in his lower back area, which he didn't need.
No, I think Kiniski, yes, I was just going to say it, maybe just playing a little bit of possum here.
He's blinded right now, and it's not hard to understand that. Steve winding him up again. Oh, he put his head down. Can't do that. Didn't get the momentum, though, to get him over, and Lombardi plants one again right between the eyes. Hooks the leg once.
And another half-hearted hook at the... You've got to snatch and get that knee into the face.
Very nonchalant about that cover.
Yes. Yeah. This is not the way to win matches, Lombardi.
Looks like he's trying to take a chunk out of the forehead of Nick Kiniski. Referee right in there to break it up in a hurry. Reversal. Wow, he might have planted that left shoulder right into the steel post here. Neither man in a position to do anything about it, though.
No, Kiniski unable to follow up on this little piece of good fortune that's come his way. But moving quickly there, and again with the right hand. And he may have Lombardi in trouble.
Lombardi now for the ride. Backdrop, didn't get him up that high, but got him over in good position.
He does have Lombardi in trouble now. Lombardi stunned from those two right-handers to the midriff.
What a nice peel. Drop kick right underneath the chin. Kiniski got some offense going here. Reversals, Lombardi sends him in. Oh, leapfrog, beautiful. Oh, look out. Suplex and bridge.
Nice suplex.
Get the shower ready.
Well executed pinfall there by Kiniski. Knew exactly what to do with his man. Knocked him, stunned him, and kept both shoulders down for 3.
Most impressive.
Here is your winner, Nick Kiniski.
Nick Kiniski chalks up another one here in Madison Square Garden. Let's go back and take a look at that tremendous back suplex, and it's the bridge that makes this effective, Alfred.
Really nice leapfrog. Look at that, and stayed in the right position. And now watch his head, plants it, and both his shoulders, academical for a 1, 2, 3.
Makes sense to me.
Well, I hope that things are looking good in the Bronx for Steve Lombardi.
You know what they say about Lombardi?
What is it?
It'll take a good man to beat him, but it won't take him long.
Talking about good men and how to beat him.
Paul Orndorff.
No, we're not talking about Paul Orndorff. We're going to talk about what the whole wrestling world is buzzing about right now, and that is the despicable thing that the magnificent Muraco, along with Ace, the henchman, Orton, and another one of your friends was involved, the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, and what they tried to do, they tried to maim one Rowdy Piper.
I noticed
they weren't successful.
I noticed he's walking with a little bit of a limp. And every time he puts pressure on that knee, he's thinking of Orton.
The ordinary human being wouldn't be walking at all.
Oh, he's not an ordinary human being. From Scotland.
From Scotland. Some great people came from Scottish descent.
Name me one.
Davy Crockett.
Name me two.
Jim Bowie.
Name me three.
Sam Houston.
Name me four.
They were all at the Alamo.
They did pretty good there too, didn't they?
Right now, wrestling fans, maybe we're going to get some words of wisdom, highly unlikely though,
they're not pulling
from the magnificent one, Don Muraco.
Well, Gorilla, of course, you and I, as well as Bobby the Brain Heenan, as well as the entire world of wrestling, is still talking about the incident that took place in the challenge between the Flower Shop and Piper's Pit, when Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, Cowboy Bob Orton, and Magnificent Muraco came so very close to literally ending the wrestling career of Rowdy Piper. And I have asked the Magnificent One to join us here on Primetime Wrestling to find out if perhaps, now that you've had some time to think about it, after all, you and Rowdy Piper at one time were very good friends, if you've, say, had any second thoughts about the rather despicable actions you displayed.
Second thoughts. I gave him the opportunity to apologize. He self-appointed himself censor of the airways. Rowdy Piper, making fun of Adrian Adonis's dress. Sure, Adonis may look like a bloated toad, but who is he to criticize? You know, Rowdy Piper, let me tell you something. As you walk around in that plaid kilt of yours, with it blowing in the breeze, and you looked over there across there at the flower shop, and Adrian Adonis adorned in flowers, with his dress hanging down, possibly the fear you told everybody, yeah, he don't want his family to see this. He don't want his children to see this. He doesn't want anybody responsible seeing garbage like that. Well, maybe it is garbage. But maybe also what Rowdy Piper really feared, what he really had inside him was maybe he and Adonis walked the same line. Maybe he and Adonis walked the same path. Maybe he and Adonis are strange bedfellows. Possibly in his mind. That is why he refuses to accept the flower shop. That is why he continues to wear his kilt.
Gorilla, we'll be back with more right after this.
Wrestling fans, right now we're going to go to a special Piper's Pit. Incidentally, I want to welcome Piper's Pit back. It's about time they got rid of that other piece of garbage.
Well, that's just your opinion. Piper's Pit is just a vehicle where he can shoot off his big mouth.
Well, is this not a vehicle where you can shoot off your big mouth?
No, I'm a host here.
Oh.
I'm handling this vehicle here.
Oh, well,
I'm at the driver's seat.
Head. Oh, God.
Let's
right
get
now,
it straight.
Wrestling fans, let's go to
and
this
I'd like a more
special
comfortable
Piper's
chair
Pit.
next week.
The boss is back! I have had some problems, so I'm going to start with Hart here. That's the first thing I'm going to do. I'm going to have Jimmy Hart.
If I came out here, though, you promised you wouldn't lay a hand on me, and I've got you some presents.
First of all, I will not hit you. I really want to hear what you have to say.
I told you I had just some presents. Look, from all your friends, everybody knows that your wrestling career is finished. It's over. So for you, we chipped in. I mean, they chipped in, and they got you a crutch, something for you to lean on. But look, I've got other gifts for you, too, Piper. Look at this. Look at this. I've got you from Don Muraco, an official Hawaiian lei. Here, put this around your neck. Look at that. You look good in that, Piper. And from Mr. Fuji, a pair of little panties for you to wear underneath this little kilt you've got here for the winter. We don't want you to get cold. And also from Ace. You remember Ace, don't you? you know, Ace sent you this official cowboy hat, baby. Maybe you can be as tough as he is. And last but not least, a little rope from Ace. And you know what he said? You can go hang yourself with this rope, big man.
You're a funny guy, aren't you? You know something? I've watched you. Come here and sit down for a second. Wait. Sit right here for a second. I said sit down for a second. Come here and sit down for a second. I have a little present. I have a present for you. But what I want you to do is I want you to shut your eyes first, because it's a present for you. No, shut your eyes. Go ahead, just shut them. Are they closed? Are they closed? Shut your eyes. Huh? Are they closed? You're sure they're closed now? Now, it's a nice present I got for you. It's something very nice for you. Hi, you're a funny guy. You're a funny guy. Let me show you what I got for you. With that dirty, nasty, filthy mouth, I figured it's about time we wash the damn thing out. Oh, I'm not going to hit you. First of all, we will do this. You can give this back to Muraco, or you could keep it, because it's probably the only lay you're ever going to get. You can keep that one. And as for these pretty little pink panties and plaid panties, that's okay. I renege. You can put that because you may need it in a second. I got a little something for you, and I want you to drink. You don't want to drink. I want you to drink. I don't care. I told you. Drink. Hold it in your mouth! Hold it in your mouth! Do not spit! Do not spit! Do you want to spit? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You want to spit? Let me help you. Knock yourself out. No! Go ahead, Bob won't mind. Spit in his hat, huh? You don't... You can take this, shove that up your nose, and as for my bad leg...
He got away cheap.
It's a brave man, isn't it?
He got
tie
away
up
cheap.
a 135-pound manager, tie him to a chair. He didn't even have man enough to do it without tying him. He'd never pull that on me.
Why, you don't think he could tie you up?
No, he couldn't. Hot rod would be all over with. I'd strip his gear so quick he wished he was back in Scotland. He ever made a move like that, I'd rip that skirt off him and jam it down his throat. He'd be coughing up plaid for 6 months.
Well, you are a tough guy, aren't you? You are a tough guy. You're sitting here on prime time talking about a guy who's probably 6,000 miles away.
He was right here, I'd say it, right to his nose.
Oh, I'd like to see that. But I think for all intents and purposes that the mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, got away very, very cheaply. What are you looking for now?
I am going to call the president of LJN Toys and have him tell you on the phone where my doll is.
Hey, you promised all the fans here on Prime Time last week that your doll would be right here this week. As usual, you don't deliver, Bobby. We'll be back. Well, you reached the right page. You're under employment here. You'll be
looking for L.
You'll be looking for a job soon. You want to call LJN Toys, you got to look under toys.
I know that. I'm just passing through, L.
You are a sick person, honest to God. Wrestling fans, a special piece of footage coming up right now in which the Benedict Arnold of the wrestling world, Paul Orndorff, going to see him in one of his special training sessions, and he, just like his manager, likes to humiliate people whenever he gets the opportunity to do that. Let's go to the footage.
Wait a minute.
Arriving on the scene, there's a look at Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. He is very proud of his physique, very proud of his looks, and no doubt as well he should be.
Not too close, not too close. I know you're all excited to see Mr. Wonderful. Well, I'm here to try to help you. Obviously, all of y'all need some help, a lot of help. You'll never be like me no matter what happens. So don't get that in your mind. You'll never look like me. I have the most gorgeous body there is in professional wrestling today, in bodybuilding and whatever, everything. And the #1. So, I know you're all excited. You want to get close to Mr. Wonderful. You want to see Mr. Wonderful. Well, I'm here to try to help you. When I tell you to do something, do it. If I tell you what to eat, do it. Because it's going to help you. Obviously, you need to quit eating. Obviously, you need to eat a little bit more. You need something. Everybody needs something. I'll tell you what you do. Go back over to the gym. Get on the weights, go work out a little bit, get the sweat, and then I'm going to put you through a little workout and everything. I have to go change to get my stuff on there. See, you need a lot of work. Matter of fact, the best thing you can do is not even come into a gym. You're doing it all wrong, son. Stop. Just get off the thing, man. Let me show you how to do it. I can't believe I come in here and waste my time and somebody won't even listen to me. This is the correct way of doing it. See that? See how I'm doing that? See how I'm resisting it going down? See that bicep? You gotta think about it. Squeeze it. You gotta squeeze it. Squeeze it. And slow going down. Now that's how you get a perfect bicep, like I have. Try that, maybe that'll help you. Now this guy's a little bit better. He's in a little bit better shape than you. You've been working out a little bit more, but you've got a long ways to go, a long ways. You've got to put some more beat on. Obviously, you're not using enough weight. My grandma can use that much weight. You need a haircut. Come on, clean your act up if you want to get serious about this. Put some more weight on here. Stop for a minute. Here. Okay, now let me see you do 10 reps. Come on. Go, go. Slow going down. Slow. Come on, you're wasting my time too. You got a long ways to go. Come on. You'll never be like me. Never, never, never. Let me show you. Let me show you too. Look here. Look. This is what the most wonderfulest body looks like. There's been a lot of hard work here. I've worked hard in a gym, and a lot of people try to have a body like this, but they never will. Never, never, never. Forget it. Don't shoot your goals that high. This is what a perfect bicep looks like. Right there is 22 inches of arm right there. A lot of work. A lot of people work very hard to get arms like that, but they never come close. Check it out right there, everybody. All you 8 to 5ers out there, all you common people, just check it out. And all you women that are ready to leave your husband for me, now you know why. That's why right there. Obviously, you can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Can't you put that together? Have you ever flown in an airplane or buckled your seatbelt up in the car? Have you? Huh? Don't you have any pride in yourself? No, you don't. You have no pride in yourself, because if you did, you wouldn't look like this. It's disgusting. I can't believe that you walk in here like that and look like this. But I'll try to help you. The only reason you come in here is just to see me anyway, Mr. Wonderful. That's the only reason you come in here. Let's try to work on your pecs. You know what a pec is? That's a pec. Okay? We're going to try to take some of this, and put it there, okay? Big pecs, that's what we want, big pecs. Your husband will love big pecs. Okay, grab this right here. Give me about 20 reps with it, okay? Push them up and think about what you're doing. Make them pecs work. Make them work. Yeah, that's right. Make them work. You know, this woman here is totally so far gone that I don't know if there's anything to be done for her or not, if you want to know the truth. She's so far overweight, but as I can see, she's got all her teeth. You know, most fat women that I know don't have teeth. She does have all her teeth, I will say that. Keep going, keep going. A few extra reps ain't gonna hurt you. But you know, it's one thing that a person, right there is a perfect example of a person that has no pride in their self. No pride in themselves, no pride in their body. It's disgusting. I don't like it. I don't even like to be around people like this here. Keep going. It ain't going to hurt you. Just keep going. Keep grunting them out. You need a lot of work. And you need to stay away from that table. You stay at the table. I'm sure the whole family's probably gone off and in bed asleep, and you're still sitting at the table eating. Am I right or wrong? I bet you go up and down them steps every night long getting in that refrigerator eating something, aren't you? Right? Mm-hmm. Well, this has got to stop. This has got to stop, because there's no need in that.
Whatever you say.
Whatever I say, that's right. Okay, that's good right there. Let's go over here to the tricep machine, and I'll show you the correct way to work your triceps. Come on, let's get huffing. Come on, come on. Come on, you're too slow. Come on. Come on, come on, follow me over to the tricep machine. Come on, let's see if you can get in here. I bet it's going to be tight. Yeah, that's just what I thought. Come on. Here, hold this. Oh, Lord, I'm telling you. I don't know why I'm wasting my time. Okay, put your hands up here. Pull the other one up like this here. Okay, put your hands up like this here. Okay? What you do is you keep your elbows down here, and come back. Both of them back at the same time, and up. Okay, do 25 reps. What we're working here is a tricep, this part of the arm. See that? See that tricep? Mm-hmm. That's what we're working, okay?
Okay.
Okay, let me see, do 40 of those. Come on. Keep them going, and we'll work that tricep. Don't worry about how many I said, just keep going. See, that's why you look the way you look, because you argue all the time. You probably argue at your husband when he tells you to get away from the table. You're arguing with him because you want to stay there and eat, don't you? Right or wrong? Yeah. And that's why you look like you look. So don't argue with me if you want to, don't waste my time. Come on. Think about what you're doing. Try to lose all that fat. Come on. See, that takes a lot of work. You've got to have pride in yourself. You're not willing to pay the price.
I can't do it anymore.
Okay, that's enough then. That's enough. That's good. Okay. Next we'll go then do some abdominals on the abdominal machine. You got a long ways to go, honey, a long way.
Can you help me out of this?
No, you got in it, you get out yourself.
Can I do the other?
Get your hands off of me, you fat pig. Don't ever put your hands on me. Don't ever let me see you in the gym again, you hog. Come on, keep going. Keep working. Keep working. You want to do it too easy. You want the easy way out. Get off the damn thing. Get off of it. Wasting my time here with you bunch of big, common people. Let me show you how to do it. Look like me. This is what you're supposed to look like if you do it right. This is the right way. Okay, watch. This is how you do it, see? Okay, get on there and do it. You're trying to stop taking the easy way out. Come on. Give me 20 of them. Come on. Come on. No wonder you look the way you look. Come on, you won't pay the price. Come on. Of course, you'll never look like me anyway. Come on. Come on, give me 20 more. 20 more, come on. You're lazy. Yeah, just what I thought. When it gets too tough, what do? You quit. Just like the rest of these people out here, quit. Bunch of quitters. All you people up there, come on, hurry up. This is what you're supposed to look like to have a perfect body. This is what you should look like, and I'm gonna give you a few shots here, okay? Here's the last shot, huh?
What a horrible attitude by Benedict. If I was that young girl, I'd have smacked him right in the face, regardless of the consequences.
Maybe you don't know who that woman was.
No, I don't. I don't have a clue.
She is the original
Was that Miss Betty?
No, it is not Miss Betty. Miss Betty has a body that don't quit. That woman right there is the original Hulksterette.
Please.
Yes, she was the first Miss Hulkster. She won the contest. And she also was the third. She won the same day. Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll give credit where credit is due. Paul Orndorff has a tremendous, tremendous physique. There's no question about that. However, it looks just like it does here with our doll display. Orndorff is just a small miniature copy of the world's heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan. No question in anybody's mind. If he's got 20-inch arms, the Hulkster's got 24. If he's got 27-inch thighs, the Hulkster's got 33-inch thighs. He wants the world's heavyweight champion. He'll have to take this behemoth right here and strip him to get it. We'll be back after this. Well, wrestling fans, that wraps it up for another week here on Prime Time, and I hope you enjoyed taking a look at all our... You didn't deliver as usual.
I'm going to deliver.
But you didn't.
I didn't deliver.
You promised everyone.
You wait a minute. I was just on the phone. I guess the sales of them...
You've been on the phone for the last 2 hours.
Right, and I'll be on the phone for another 2 hours if I want to be. I'm the host here. But I'll tell you something right now. There has been so many dolls sold. The sales have been tremendous. They just happen to be out of them. But I'll show you that there is a doll because on the back of the packages the dolls come in is a picture of myself. Would you like to see it?
Picture of yourself?
Yes. Roll it. There you go, pal.
Give me. You looks like the honky tonk man to me.
I'm a honky tonk man. That's like that's Bobby the Brain Heenan. It's not some hick, some guy that hangs around.
You said you were going to deliver us a doll.
I
here
said
this
I'd show you my doll. That's a picture of my doll.
Next week, wrestling fans, a tremendous lineup here. We're going to take a look at the Islanders along with handsome Harley Race.
The King.
And King Kong Bundy as well. All that coming up next week on Prime Time. Until then, so long.
Adios.